Oh my god, Jim Sauce, why are you at the QBD again? When are you ever gonna leave the QBD? I know, guys, I know. But the goal for this series is to reach the blue Halloween mask from scratch, in which I did start from scratch, and I'm well on my way to getting this fine piece of blue metal on my head with a horn on it. With a few horns on it, actually, but you guys know what I mean. You know, especially since I got my new computer, my whole thing, and I've been telling you guys about this a lot, my thing was, you know, as soon as I get the new computer, you know, I'm going to get everything set up, I'm going to be killing QBD a lot, I'm going to be able to live stream and everything, which I will. I'm still just working on everything. I am trying to actually get my Photoshop right now for my thumbnails, and it's actually being a big pain. So once I get that figured out, that's like the last thing I need to get figured out. Once that is figured out, we will be good and we won't have to worry about anything. And then I can proceed to actually go and get my XSplit, and then start live streaming. Because I can't live stream with YouTube right now due to a few reasons. But in the future, I will be. So for now, we're gonna have to go over there on Twitch, which Twitch isn't bad. I like Twitch. A lot of people go over on Twitch. So there's the story behind that. And I know you guys also wanted me to do like more footage in the video. Like if I'm gonna be doing QBD, you guys want more. Well, it's kind of difficult. It's not so much that it's hard, but you know, when I'm killing QBD and I go to get the loot and everything, I'm not thinking about, oh god, I should probably record this real quick, nor do I always have my recording, nor do I always have fraps open. So that's another thing, like I don't always have it open, and I'm not always thinking about, oh hey, I should probably record this real quick, you know. But it definitely, it goes through my head, just I don't think as much as you guys think it may. So yeah, oh, earlier today I was sitting there in plumbing class, and my teacher was telling us a story about how one of his like employees was on a job, and he had to go into this one house, and it was like there was two older ladies. The one lady was like the one actually talking to him and everything, and the other lady, I don't remember what he said, like she was just in another room or something. And his buddy was downstairs in the basement replacing one of the things needed to be done, something with the sewage, one of the lines running through there. And I guess he needed, his helper left to go get more supplies, and he needed somebody to hold the machine so it wouldn't like fly. So he called this old lady down. Keep in mind that this lady is he said around 80-ish. She had to use like one of those rocker things where it was like 4 legs instead of 1. It wasn't just like a normal cane, it was one of those with 4 legs on it, because she could not walk. She was at that old age, she could not walk, she could not handle walking by herself anymore. It was just not doable for her. So he called this poor lady down to walk down 2 flights of steps with her rocker. Keep in mind, she could barely walk down the steps, yelling at her to get down the steps because he needs her. So she finally gets down there, and then he asked this old lady to hold the machine so it doesn't like bust and it doesn't like slide across the floor and everything. So he turns on the machine, right? And this old lady's trying to hold on to it as it's like pulling her across the floor. She could barely hold on to it. The thing was taking like control of her because it was so heavy, and it was like she's 80 years old. She could barely walk. Like this is not an easy task for her. You know, we're all sitting there like listening to the stories. Like obviously we're kind of laughing, but at the same time, like how could you do that to her? She can't function properly. You're expecting her to hold this huge machine that's pulling her across the floor, and she's probably, I doubt that she had a good time, because I wouldn't want to get pulled across the floor, especially when I can't walk right to begin with. And then on top of that, having to worry about holding this machine that I could barely hold on to, it was probably just a huge nightmare. And then he had another story for us where he went into this one lady's house to do the work, and I guess the kid that she had was narcoleptic, I think is the right word for it. So he was sitting there talking to the lady, and then before you know it, this kid just falls asleep on the couch, just like right before his eyes, just right away just falls asleep. And at first he was confused, like he didn't realize what happened at all. So he's talking to us and he's like, yeah, so I didn't really know what happened, but so I just started talking to the lady again, and then all of a sudden I look back over and she's awake. So it's like, alright, maybe my eyes just saw something, maybe it was just whatever it was. So I'm talking to her and all of a sudden she just drops on the floor again, just drops right on the floor and starts falling asleep. And so I asked the lady, I'm like, well, is there something wrong with your daughter? And you know, then they explained to her like that she was narcoleptic and stuff. And we were talking about it. We're like, so how can they drive? Like, are they just gonna drive and then just fall asleep during driving and just cause accidents? Or like, no, you can't drive or anything. And then we made like a funny joke how oh, instead of having the narcoleptic person like just like falling asleep or something, like have them fall asleep while they're writing the check and just add a couple more zeros there. So instead of like $1,200, just give us like $120,000. No big deal. Be right back. Got to put the bank pin in. But I gotta tell you, my plumbing teacher, he's a big goofball. Like he jokes around with us a lot. He says a lot of things that most teachers probably wouldn't be allowed to say. But I mean, obviously, we're not gonna rat him out or anything. It's not like he's doing anything bad. It's more or less like his language and stuff and what he tells us. But I mean, we just all have a great time. We laugh at everything. It's great. He actually like treats us like we're adults. Even though some kids in my class are just plain idiotic, but that's a different story. So let's take out this loot. And I had somewhat of an idea, and I'm not sure exactly how well it's gonna work out. I wanted to start trying to do some dailies and like add that in here along with like herb runs, the QBD dailies, and possibly what was I gonna do? Oh god. Oh, I wanted to try and tag frost dragons again, but I found like this new method to do it, so I might try that out. And that actually does work. Then I know what I'll be doing for at least a little bit of my time. But QBD makes really good money. Also, if you guys want to watch some good QBD live streams, I think he's live streaming right now. No Name Nate's doing a live stream, so definitely check that out if you want. I'm going to be live streaming soon enough, so whatever this is, we're going to add like 1.5 mil to. Alright, so we're at 21.3 mil. We're at 21.3 mil bank. I didn't get to get a lot of kills yesterday because yesterday was the first day that I got my computer. And like I said, you know, I had a lot of problems with it. And then basically after that, I was trying to get a bunch of programs. And today, I did some kills, but then I was also getting more programs and everything. So, yeah. Is there anything else I want to think of or that I want to do? Ah, got it. I actually want to see how much the blue Halloween mask is before we get ahead of ourselves. Blue Halloween. I think it's H-Ween. Yeah, H-Ween. So 122 mil. So we're a fifth of the way there. That's not too bad, guys. If you think about it. I mean, I started making a lot of my money from the QBD. Come on, spy on the bush. Spy on the bush. Spy on the bush. Spy on the bush. I haven't traded in my penguin points in a long time. Like, it's been months since I actually went back. It was, ooh, that scared me. If you guys like take a quick glance and looked right there, it looked like the old Dragonfire shield, and I got really excited for a second. But yep, that's pretty much it, guys. If you guys did enjoy, remember to leave a like down below. I'm not sure what was up with the dislikes last video. If I did something wrong, I mean, definitely let me know. But the computer's going great. Still getting a little bit figured out. Got my intro back, as you can tell. So if you guys did enjoy, remember to leave a like down below. Leave any comments. I read all the comments. You guys know that. I love all you guys. Remember, as always, Sauce of the Boss. Peace!